screen recording. Yeah, making macros. Sort of things that you can do to make things easier. I like things like select all layers and deselect all layers. That I find useful. When I'm making a new layer, I like to, if I click this and make a new layer, it'll make it at the top. Maybe I don't want that. Maybe I want to do that and hold Command down and make it below. Useful tip. This one here, if I want to move up through the layer stack, what I do is I hold Option and the bracket key, and then I can move through the layers, you see. Alright, another good one. Hold down the Command key and the bracket key, and you can move it in the layer stack order, you know. So I'm doing the left hand key here, now I did the right one and it will move up to the top. But that could be useful. Say you just made a drop shadow or something on something and then you had to move it to the layer below. That would be the way to do it. Not moving it on screen, but using a key command to do it. Those are, I think, actually the most useful ones. But I can create some very, very long macros that are flawless. And I do it for real jobs, you know, real production jobs. If you have a macro that cuts something out, you have to be a bit wary of deselecting the. So you've got this path here, for instance, and then you click it, and you say make selection. And then you go invert and delete. You've got to make sure that you deselect that path because otherwise it won't work. If I still have that path selected, I'll hit delete there. It's just deleted the path. So you've got to make sure that you deselect the path by clicking off it, and that will record that deselection. So that's another tip. But I do some huge macros that create drop shadows, and I don't know whether I could run one now on this because I don't know the scale of what I've just created, but I'll just see if I can find a macro and see if it works. I'm saying macros, they're actions, aren't they? Right, hang on, what about this one? This is a very long one, but it might be, the scale might be wrong on this. Let's try it. Okay. And that's made a drop shadow. There's too many layers there. I'm surprised it did, but there we go. There's a white background, and then a shadow, and then a. Oh, the way that macro worked then, by the way, was that it ended up with the swatch being changed, the brush being activated, and this being activated as well. So so I just brush it out like this if I'm doing a product, for example. But yeah, so that's if you just have a look at this action, how it's quite a long one. Select, deselect, inverse, blah blah blah, and all those key commands I've just shown you were used on this macro. Otherwise, it wouldn't have worked. Simple as that, you know. All right.